Releasing more details on the masked intruder seen here at Nancy Guthrie's front door. The FBI's Operational Technology Division is describing this person, a male, approximately 5'9" or 5'10", with an average build. The bag that he's wearing has been identified as a black 25-liter Ozark Trail hiker backpack, pictured right there. Now, this brings us to the video obtained by TMZ. This was recorded by a Ring camera 5 miles away from Nancy Guthrie's home on the very same morning that she was abducted. It shows a man with a similar backpack at 1:52 a.m. But now, breaking NBC News reporting, authorities have cleared this man from being involved in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Harvey Levin will join us in a moment. We'll get his take on all of that. Also, more communication that TMZ got today. But breaking tonight, Reuters now reporting that Pima County Sheriff, who has jurisdiction over the case, is actively blocking and delaying investigators at the FBI from accessing very critical evidence. I've been hinting at this. I'm saying we're going to get to this. I didn't want to engage in this discussion too deeply in the hopes that they would finally get to work together. But it's a much deeper story than people know. Here with more and the new evidence found inside the Guthrie home, the host of Fox News at Night, right here on Fox, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock on the West Coast, Trace Gallagher. Trace.
Yeah, and Sean, a high-level source from the FBI has confirmed that story to me. We learned that Pima County Sheriff is blocking key evidence to the FBI. What happened was there was DNA found inside Nancy Guthrie's house. We knew about that part. They also found a glove inside the house. The FBI wanted that evidence sent to Quantico for analysis, but the Pima County Sheriff's Office decided to send it to an alternate lab in Florida. So the key thing here is, yes, there is a dispute on that because the FBI believes they're going to have to take that glove and resend it to Quantico for analysis. So you have the headbutting between the Sheriff's Department and the FBI. But the big news of this, really, Sean, is the fact that there was a glove found inside Nancy Guthrie's house. We don't have any context on the glove. We don't know if it's Nancy Guthrie's. We don't know if it belongs to somebody else. But the fact that it's being analyzed at a lab in Florida and that the FBI also wants to analyze it is in itself very critical. We should note that the Pima County Sheriff's Office is now asking that, you know, the residents here in the Catalina foothills within a 2-mile radius send in all the videotape they can that might be important. They're talking the window from January 1st to February 2nd, which is a day after Nancy Guthrie disappeared. They want cars driving by. They want cars that are parked, people that are driving by, anything that might be out of the ordinary. You were mentioning, Sean, that TMZ video that showed the guy about 5 miles away from here at the very same time that the intruder was walking up to Nancy Guthrie's doorstep. That video was sent in to TMZ, but that's kind of what the Sheriff's Department, the FBI, are looking for, anything unusual. That person has apparently been cleared, reportedly been cleared, but that's kind of what they're looking for. We talked to some people who told us that the law enforcement officers had been to their house and they were asking them what kind of cars they own, what kind of cars they drive. This appears to be part of the process of elimination where you know what cars are driving in and out. And what you want to find is the unusual traffic, oddball traffic that might be driving in and out in case some suspicious activity is happening. But the big news out of here tonight, Sean, that we're going to focus on a lot is the fact that there is this glove. There is this dispute, this glove, and that, you know, things might be heating back up in the investigation into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, Sean.
All right, Trace, we'll be watching 1 hour, 55 minutes from right now. Won't miss a minute. Trace Gallagher, here with more. TMZ founder Harvey Levin is with us. Okay, there's not a day that goes by that you and TMZ are not actively involved in this case. Two big developments. When you released that video of this guy 5 miles away, similar backpack, it was eerily similar to me. And I'm not sure, and I've not gotten an explanation, and I've made phone calls about it. Why is NBC dismissing this now that apparently they have determined that the man has been cleared in this case? Because it looks like a strange coincidence to me.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to embrace or dispute what NBC said. I can only tell you about an hour ago, I called one of my sources at the FBI who is involved in this case, who said that nobody has been cleared in connection with the video. That doesn't mean they're implicated either, but they said they're looking at everything, including this. So I'm getting different information from the FBI. What's interesting, now this video was actually, somebody had posted it on Twitter, and what caught our attention was that the timestamp on the video, Sean, is 1:53 in the morning. This is the day that Nancy Guthrie was abducted, 1:53 in the morning. We now know from FBI sources that the video that they were able to get from Google showing this man at the doorstep of Nancy Guthrie, the one we've been seeing now for 2 days, that was actually retrieved at 2:12 in the morning. This is after the camera had been disabled, but we're told somehow they were able to get these images at and it was at 2:12. What's interesting is there is 19 minutes between the time that the man in that other video was seen and this person walks up to Nancy's door. So that's enough time to drive 5 miles. Now, if you look at that video that was posted on X that we put up on our site, the man is carrying 2 backpacks. I can't tell you if either one of those backpacks matches the backpack that the kidnapper used. There's a similarity with one of them. But bottom line here is the sheriff's department told me about an hour ago, the FBI told me about an hour ago that they are still looking at this. It's not been, they haven't determined one way or the other how important this is.
I'm going to get to this issue of disagreement because I've known about this from the beginning, and I've tried not to put a lot of attention or emphasis on it in the hopes that local law enforcement would work more closely with the FBI, but there's been a lot of resistance and a little bit of a power play, I guess, going on. I'm not really sure what's at stake here. But let me go, the guy that sent you the note asking for the Bitcoin.
Can I just jump in on that for 1 second?
You can, of course.
I was a reporter for CBS in Los Angeles for many years. And I can tell you, from covering stories involving crime in LA as well as other cities, these turf wars are not uncommon. That the local police departments and sheriff's departments get their feathers ruffled when the FBI comes in. They believe the FBI is bigfooting. The FBI has certain things available to it that local law enforcement doesn't have. But this really does become a turf war. So this is, to me, utterly unsurprising.
I agree, it's happened all the time. It's happened in many cases we've covered on this program over the many years, etc. You're right, it's the right term. It's bigfooting, turf war. Everything you're saying is 100% right. But why would the sheriff send the glove to a lab in Florida and not to Quantico? Because that makes no sense to me.
No, I mean, I think, if that's the case, for the very reason we just discussed. What's interesting about this, Sean, is that my law enforcement sources and other people have reported this too, was more than one glove was found in that area a mile or so from the Guthrie house. So if there were 2 gloves found there, and then there's 1 glove here, and the guy has 2 hands, one of these gloves isn't the glove that person was wearing. So I have no idea what glove is inside the house and which glove, if any, which glove was worn by the kidnapper.
So you had more communication with the guy that was asking for 1 Bitcoin in exchange for identifying who the individuals are involved in the abduction. You heard today, I'm not being taken seriously?
Yeah, I mean, Sean, this one really got me. Yesterday, I thought, well, anybody can write an email like this. This one has a different tone. What he's saying is, yeah, he doesn't feel he's been taken seriously. He feels he's been ignored because nothing was deposited into the Bitcoin account. We've been checking that all day. Nothing's been deposited. But he goes on to say that the reason he wants the Bitcoin is because he will become,
this guy is creepy.